Have you ever opened a beautifully made chocolate only to find white patches, a sticky surface, or chocolates that simply refuse to come out of the mold? If you are making chocolates during the monsoon, you are not alone. Humidity is one of the biggest challenges for every chocolatier. But the good news is that with a few simple changes, you can protect your chocolates and continue producing beautiful products throughout the rainy season. Today, I'm sharing my top monsoon chocolate survival tips that I've learned over the years. Hi, I am Lulva Kapadia, founder of Chocopreneur Circle, where I help aspiring entrepreneurs build profitable chocolate businesses from home. Let's dive into the practical steps you can take to protect your chocolates this monsoon. So, the first most important thing that you need to take care is you need to control humidity. What mistake we oftenly make is when we are tempering or working with pure chocolate, we ensure that we are working in an AC environment. We take care of the temperatures, but we are not taking care of the humidity level. And it is very important that, especially in rainy season or monsoon season, or if you stay in the coastal areas throughout the year, then you keep a check on humidity as well, because humidity is a real enemy of the chocolate. So the ideal room temperature that we need is between 20 to 22 degrees Celsius when we are working with pure chocolate, and the relative humidity should be below 50%. In the monsoon season, the humidity is as much as between 70% to 90%. And if you are outside the house and if it's raining, then the humidity can be 100% also. So, when we need humidity levels to go below 50%, what we can do is first, when we are working in an AC room, so the AC air is naturally drying and reducing the moisture content. In your ACs, there might be a setting called a monsoon setting. So you can use that setting and it will help in reducing the humidity levels in your room. You can always invest in an hygrometer. So you can keep this hygrometer in your room, and this is going to tell you the AC temperature, the room temperature, as well as the humidity level in the room. So if you see that the humidity is quite high, you can take necessary actions to maintain it. If you stay in coastal areas and humidity is high throughout the year, then you can also invest in a dehumidifier only if needed. If the air conditioner is not enough and the humidity is still high in your AC room, then invest in a dehumidifier. So keep in mind that you need to take care of the moisture level and the humidity level in your room. The second tip is always store your chocolates in airtight containers, especially in the monsoon. Never leave your chocolate exposed. When you're making chocolates and when you have demolded your chocolate, don't keep it in the room for long time, because there will be condensation and the chocolate is going to catch the moisture in the air. So immediately put it in airtight boxes. You can use Ziploc packets to store your raw material chocolate. So often when we are working with chocolate, there are some remains that is left in the bowl, and we just use a spatula to clean the bowl and put that chocolate in the mold so that we can reuse it for the second time. So you can put this chocolate in Ziploc bags so that no moisture enters the chocolate. Food grade containers you can use, and make sure that the moisture is not going in the chocolate. The second thing is you can use silica gel packs. So whatever containers you are using, you can put food safe silica gel packets in the box, but make sure that it is not coming in direct contact with your chocolates. So this silica gel will absorb the extra moisture that is there in the box, and it will save your chocolate from the moisture level. The fourth tip is, of course, you need to take care of your tempering. You have to temper your chocolate perfectly. Poor tempering plus humidity is actually a big disaster. So, what are the signs that you can notice if your chocolate is not tempered properly? You will see that a fat bloom is there. The texture of your chocolate is soft, and you're finding it difficult to mold your chocolate and demold the chocolate as well. The chocolate is not coming out of the mold. So, monsoon demands extra attention to tempering. The fifth point is refrigerating warm chocolates. And this is one of the most common mistakes that most of us make. We pour the fresh chocolate in the mold, and while the chocolate is still warm, we put it in the refrigerator, and this results in condensation. So instead of that, what you can do is allow your chocolates to crystallize at the room temperature, which means in the AC room where you are working or where the temperature is cold, so that the chocolate doesn't get a sudden shock and the warm chocolate doesn't absorb moisture from the refrigerator. Only if you needed to keep your mold in the fridge, then only you put it. Otherwise, if making something like barks or if you're making something like mendians, then you can just keep your product in the AC room and the product will crystallize on its own. You don't even need to put them in the refrigerator. The next sixth tip is choose better packaging. During monsoon, you have to be a little bit careful. So, for your outer carton packaging, when you're shipping your parcels, you can use cling wraps because in transit, due to rains, your carton might get spoiled and the external cling wrap will protect your chocolate. The internal package, give it a second double wrapping. You can put the inside chocolate box, also wrap it with cling wrap, or you can shrink wrap it, or you can bubble wrap it so that the moisture or the rain or the water doesn't affect your chocolate. Avoid using thin plastic bags or very fragile or soft kind of material, and just ensure that your product is well protected from moisture and the water of the rains while you're working in the monsoon season. The next is reduce frequent opening of, which means every time you open the container, you have stored your chocolate in a airtight container, and every time you're opening the container, warm humid air is entering the container. So open your container only when it is required. Open your fridge only when it is required. And when you have opened whatever quantity you are using, just take it out at once. Suppose if you have stored your chocolate in huge boxes, 5 kgs at once, and continuously you are doing that, so every time you open, the air enters in it. So just ensure that you're not doing. Next is buy your chocolate in smaller quantities. If you are not doing bean to bar, if you're buying ready chocolate from the market, I would suggest just don't stock like 50 kgs together. If you have only requirement of 5 kg, just make small purchases, because fresh inventory in monsoon seasons always performs better, even for dry fruits, not just chocolates. If you need to use nuts, just buy it in small quantity, and if you're buying it in little larger quantity like 5 to 10 kgs, then you can roast your almonds and cashews and keep it, so that in roasting the moisture from the nut is going, so that they will not get affected very easily because of the moisture and humidity in the air. The next is schedule your production smartly. So you can actually check weather forecast, and on rainy days you can avoid making your chocolate. And if you feel that throughout the night it was raining, then you can use peak noon hours where the sun is going to shine bright and everything is dry around and there is no rain and moisture and humidity in the rainy season, and you can choose that time of the day to actually make your chocolates. The last is watch for early warning signs. So, like when you have already made your product, and if you observe that within 2 to 3 days' time there is a bloom on the surface, the wrappers are getting sticky, and the chocolates are soft, they have not crystallized very properly, there is condensation on the chocolate, or the chocolate looks like quite dull, you actually need to act immediately or redo the batch before sending the chocolates to the customers and sort of receiving a complaint from your customer. So if you do these little things very carefully, you can actually protect your chocolates from the monsoon and from the humidities of this season. The monsoon doesn't have to slow down your chocolate business. The entrepreneurs who succeed aren't the ones with perfect weather, they are the ones with better systems. A little preparation today can save you hours of rework and disappointed customers tomorrow. Tell me in the comments, what's your biggest challenge during the monsoon? Is it melting, or is it bloom, sticky chocolates, or storage? I'd love to answer your questions in the future videos.